Alright, the final 9 days for the Dazzler Pass giveaway challenge is here. We currently have one guaranteed on February 1st, and if we hit 17,000 by February 1st, I add one Dazzler Pass, and I also rank 3 King or OG Thanos. The current sub count is, I believe, 16,730, so we are getting closer and closer every day, but it's going to be a very, very close call. But yeah, subscribe to support the channel, and let's get started. So, I'm just gonna let this first fight play out. It's like a Battlegrounds health pool. It's a kindergarten fight for this fully decked out Gentle. And let's just see the results, right? Let's just see how crazy this gets. You know, parry him. So far so good. Not even gonna bait a special attack, just gonna drop the SP2. Nowhere close to max ramp, it one-shots. Fine, right? 19 seconds to be expected. Let's go over the team real quick. I am running the Horseman of Apocalypse. That's right, Apocalypse is still a champion in this game, and he synergizes insanely well with Gentle. I also have the Nick Fury and Deadpool synergy to purify every poison at the start of the fight. And yeah, that's really about it. I of course have the recoil masteries active, and he is an absolute monster with them, man. So all these things combined, plus of course the maximum boosting, and here's the result. Let's drop this SP2, let's see what happens here. And yeah, first SP2, pretty good stuff. Drop it immediately because of the power back boost, and there you go. That's Gentle for you. That was a 29-second fight for like 500,000 health. Now let's see the million health Bullseye. And by the way, we're fighting Bullseye, right? One of the hardest offenders in the game. I didn't like, you know, say that first, but that is definitely worth something if you ask me. So yeah, let's test out this 1 million health Bullseye. I feel like most Bullseye counters would like have their ceiling hit right here or like somewhat before, because I think most Bullseye counters are meant to counter those lower health Bullseyes, but Gentle can definitely take him to the limit, especially like against this 1 million health one. So yeah, here we're gonna drop the SP2. The damage output for the first one is pretty solid. Here we go back in, and yeah, this by the way isn't even the maximum damage output. It's nowhere close to it. But yeah, let's drop the SP2 like one more time, and then like one more time afterwards, and the fight is gonna be done. So yeah, the recoil damage is kind of chunky, obviously, but here's the thing. Against like these other health pools, and by the way, here's the mastery setup. I have, you know, maxed out recoil, maxed out liquid courage and everything. I also have resonate because that gives him more utility. And the recoil masteries are actually massive for this character, and so is the Mr. Sinister relic, because with the Mr. Sinister relic, it places a bleed that he is immune to after every relic, you know, activation, which gives him pursuit. So this mixed master fight right here is going to be a really, really crazy one. So yeah, let's test out Gentle in Act 9. And you know, this is a robot tech character. It's not an easy fight for like any mutant champion, but he doesn't care. He does a very good job of dealing with this matchup, and it's because of the access to pursuit after every relic hit, which is just so helpful for these type of scenarios, because at base Gentle, he doesn't really activate his pursuit that often, but with like the addition of the recoil masteries and Mr. Sinister's relic, you honestly get to notice it a ton. So yeah, it's very, very helpful. Here we drop the SP2, not even like with the unstoppable, and we do 93,000 per hit. That is absolutely absurd. And I don't run the mutant power back boost at all in like any of these matchups going forward, because I don't have to. He one-shots without it. Like, it's just absolutely absurd. The power back is useless if they are just knocked out after the first SP2. So yeah, it's like genuinely so much fun to play this champion at max level, and I did say that I was gonna do like a fun day 2 days out of the week, and I'm cashing in my first fun day where I like max out a champion today, because you know, it's Wednesday, gotta have fun on Wednesdays, the middle of the week. Only great days are ahead of us, because you know, Thursday through Sunday, those are the best days if you ask me, and I'm saying that because Thursday is BOGO Wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. But anyways, let's check out that 121,000 SP2. Yeah man, 41 seconds, like one SP2, it's absolutely absurd. Now we have this can't touch this node. Of course, Gentle has access to Pursuit at the start of the fight, and like honestly, just having access to that alone is what makes this character so game changing with the recoil masteries, because like having access to that, then you add on the Mr. Sinister relic, and like even if the opponent has no purify, you still have access to a near permanent pursuit in these questing like situations. So yeah, it is genuinely so good to have this guy like with the proper setup. And you know, I do apologize because I didn't have like anything close to the proper setup with my Gentle video, so I did kind of fumble that one. I do like regret making it like so, you know, just so terribly, man. It was not a good video, but that right there is just like, come on, man, seriously. 284,000. All right, buddy, like sure. Now we have this Captain America fight, and like this is what I'm talking about. Of course the fight time will be different because I am fully boosted with like full synergies and stuff, but like even then with the pursuit like at the start of the fight, it makes dealing with this matchup so much easier. And with the with like resonate as well, where like we have a chance to inflict a weakness on every hit, which they can purify if the nodes allow. That also gives us the pursuit, which is insanely helpful given that the relic isn't there all the time. So like all these things combined, like all these things that I should have had on my showcase that I didn't. And by the way, that damage output too, like this champion is so silly, bro. Like I just cannot even explain. That was like what, 30 seconds, man? Oh my gosh, dude, this character. But yeah, just I did that video unprepared, obviously, and this is what it looks like when you actually invest into this champion. Of course, the damage output is severely supercharged, but that's like the whole part of like the whole point of Fun Day, obviously. But yeah, here it dropped the SP1, beautiful damage output, nice 38,000 crit, and yeah, he has a chance to evade, but you don't ever see that because with the relic and you know the start of the fight pursuit, it just like never triggers. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. Here we drop the SP2 in like a second after we bait out the SP2 from Iron Fist. And yeah, here we take the hit on purpose because very fun interaction. So the unstoppable from getting hit with the Horseman ability does count towards his attack rating increase, and it does like pause on special attacks. So this is what I'm talking about, man. If they purify, you go unblockable, which is really helpful. He also gets increased offensive ability accuracy, which is great for his muscle mass mechanic. He also has, you know, the unstoppable, which interacts with his base kit. So like he is honestly one of the most perfect champions for the Horseman ability, which is so funny to me because he's 2025. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy making a Horseman friendly character in 2025, but hey, you know, all power to them, man, because yeah, he is genuinely so crazy with it. Like, what is that, man? What even is that damage output? What is that fight time, bro? It's absurd. So now to like really just have some fun here, this is gonna be a full path clear in like what, 3 minutes, I think. It's just like absolutely, it's like a violation, man. It's so crazy. So yeah, this is the power shield. No, it's the special connoisseur node, but just like look how crazy he does this, man. It's so silly. Drop the SP2, like 2 hits on the SP2 just gets rid of them. So when you pair him with like, you know, the recoil masteries, which is a damage increase that he greatly benefits from, with like the recoil mastery itself increasing daunted potency, and like the liquid courage and double edge increasing attack rating, which he greatly benefits from, right? There are some champions that just like get 0 benefit from the recoil masteries because of the way their damage output works. Gentle benefits like really, really well, if not like one of the best, like in one of the best ways. And yeah, that's just like 1 out of 4 crit still one-shots the fight in like 20 seconds, dude. It's so silly. I cannot believe this character. But yeah, now we have the Shibari Panther fight. Just, you know, it's so easy with this guy. And like when you have the base, you know, enhancements from the masteries and like the boost and the synergies, and you pair it with the node enhancements, you just have like one of the fastest champions in this game. And you know, this isn't even the maximum potential, because I could put on like the class boost, but that's not necessary when these are 3-hit fights pretty much. So yeah, like I don't know, man, this character is so silly, and like Okoye is also incredibly silly. So it's like 2025 is off to a very silly start, right? Like these champions at their max potential, just absurd. And I haven't even posted the maxed out Okoye video. We might have 3 out of like 7 fun days this week, just cause like these videos just bring me so much joy, cause like who wouldn't want to commentate on what's about to happen right here? Look at this. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna drop the relic into the SP2, and like, who doesn't enjoy this, man? That's like absolutely unreal. That was like what, 18 yeah, man, like 18 seconds, bro. I just don't know anymore. Now we have this Mantis fight, and like we are taking no damage from recoil and all that, because he ends the fight in a single SP2. So it's like, okay, I can run like literally, I can run no willpower if I wanted to, and like I wouldn't notice a difference, because I take no damage with this synergy setup and with the fact that he just one-shots after an SP2. In like the other fights, I did take 10% damage because of the SP1 buildup, but then again, I just regen that all back with my setup. So it's like, if you properly invest into this champion, the results are absolutely crazy. And he interacts so well with like questing nodes and everything, that if you are a player that likes to recoil masteries and you want a champion to just like steamroll everything for you, like that, like, you know, needs to meet mutant demands, this is your guy. Like straight up, he will just do so much for you. And yeah, like he's just a cheat code on all accounts, man. He's so good. And here I dropped the SP2, and you know, whatever, like bound to happen. And to end this video here, I have the Misty Knight boss. That was, you know, the final boss of this path, and let's just see how fast he does this fight, because yeah, this is like another very good fight for Gentle, since he has access to Pursuit, which turns off her evade immediately. And like without this setup, without the recoil masteries and without the relic, he couldn't do this like as well. But with this setup, he is genuinely one of the best counters for it. So yeah, man, it's just, it all like pairs so well with like other champions and like other relics and, you know, like proper mastery setups. Like you can make this character go from like incredibly niche to just like a really good all-around character if you just play your cards right. And this is the result of playing your cards right. This SP2 right here is what happens when you play your cards right with this champion. So yeah, man, Gentle's absurd. He's so incredible if you know what you're doing and you know how to properly invest into this champion. But yeah, Gentle, absolute beast, so much fun to play, and just, yeah, absolutely unreal if you ask me. So let me know your thoughts on Gentle, and yeah, that's about it for me.